There was this movement in the 90s that I believe fundamentally changed the way that millennials think about their parents and sometimes cutting them off or feeling like they have to reparent them. It's changing the way millennials treat their kids. And certainly LinkedIn friends, it's changing the way millennials lead other people. But before we jump into that, let's rewind, just a little bit of history to understand how we got here. Let's look at boomers' childhood. Now, boomers are typically the parents of millennials. It's not perfect math. Please, Gen Xers, don't come after me telling me you have a boomer parent. In general, I think it's fair to say that our parents are older than their children, right? So your parents, and those who lived in the U.S. through the 1900s, let's just say anywhere from 1917 to 1970, they experienced wartime. They experienced the Great Depression. They were going through serious hardships where basic human needs may or may not be met. Things like safety, food, shelter, water. So family stories were based on survival, grit, getting through. Emotional expression was not really part of the package. It wasn't part of what it meant to be a close family. It was about staying alive. It was about moving forward. So when boomers became parents in the 80s and 90s of millennials who were born in the 80s and 90s, their report card was pretty simple. Keep your kids alive, set them up for success, don't let them fall behind. Make sure they achieve, make sure they go to college. And that's where millennials, we came in and we were told, go to college, dream big, be anything you want to be, just make sure you work hard. While this was happening, a cultural shift was underway. In the 90s, a new message hit the mainstream, and it was quiet, but it got in, it was powerful. It was this idea that you could change your life, you can heal, you can grow and expand. This movement that changed how humans interact with each other and themselves, called the self-help movement. And thanks to bookstores where you could buy these books and shows like Oprah, the idea of emotional integration was starting to hit households, and certainly my generation. We had books coming out like The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, Codependent No More, The Road Less Traveled. These all became bestsellers, and therapy itself became more accessible. It wasn't just for a crisis moment, it was for growth and self-awareness. So now millennials are the ones parenting and managing, and we're saying, I'm not using fear. I'm not going to yell. I'm going to create deep connection and bond with my teammates and help them grow emotionally and in their self-awareness. And boomer parents are still confused because their kids are coming to them saying, I felt like you weren't really there for me emotionally. Like, I don't feel like we have this close connection. And boomers are saying, that wasn't on my report card as a parent. I kept you alive. I kept a roof over your head. Of course I loved you. Emotional safety wasn't on their checklist. Physical safety was. Here's what I've learned. The 90s didn't just give us compact discs and rollerblades and internet chat rooms. It redefined what success and support in leadership could even look like. And today's leaders are translating what that shift really means in everyday life. The context that you grow up in truly does shape your report card for life. And I wonder where you've seen this happen in your family, in your team, in your neighborhood. Tell me below.